all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Hello and welcome to episode 39. I am MOSH, and guess what? We're going to talk about stuff today. Who would have guessed? You guys like Red Dead Redemption 2 guide videos? Whoo boy. I've uploaded a few, and there's still a few to go, and it's taking forever. It's the only thing on my mind. Like, I've had dreams about it. I've collected so many things in Red Dead 2 that I had a dream that I flew to Africa and started scavenging the desert for more collectibles. The other day I had another dream where I was in some like abandoned warehouse thing searching for collectibles, and then some other random people came in and it magically turned into a round of prop hunt, and I was transformed into a ladder. I was up on like a catwalk and I accidentally fell, and I fell into a dumpster because of course I would, and I just stayed there as a ladder vertical, sticking straight out of the dumpster, and the people couldn't find me, so of course I won. So that's how my brain's been the last few days recording for these videos, and I just cannot wait for it to be done. When I start something, I have to finish it. That's just the way it is. And when it is all said and done, I've done the math, it's going to be around 100 hours. So that's 2.5 full-time work weeks for free. It's ridiculous. What's the definition of insanity again? Anyway, let's just get into this. You guys like PlayStation? I like PlayStation. I'm going to talk about a lot of PlayStation. So the first thing is PlayStation now has a new website where you can order games and consoles, controllers, PlayStation Plus, physical versions of it. I'm not talking the online PlayStation store on your console where you buy digital. Physical things. And I think I mentioned this on a previous podcast that this is what I wanted PlayStation to do, and they've gone and done it. So right now their stock is limited. It's only exclusive games, but they say they want to expand, and it's not even all the exclusive games. Like God of War is not on there, which is interesting. But yeah, this is cool because it cuts out the middleman, cuts out all these retailers, and from what I understand, if a game was $60, the retailer would take $15 of that, which is 25% of the cut. So if you just buy directly from PlayStation now, like you would in the PlayStation Store for digital versions of games, they get all of it. Like I said, they cut out the middleman. So more money for PlayStation means a bigger budget. Bigger budget means better games. So this is a good thing. Also, if you are a PlayStation Plus subscriber, you get free one-day shipping on your orders, which is also pretty cool. So I'm probably going to take advantage of this in the future. I think the PlayStation Plus free one-day shipping is only for US residents, though. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty positive I saw it say US only. But anyway, the site is direct.playstation.com. So I think they're just kind of starting this out slowly, and then they're going to start adding more and more, and it should be fully good to go when the PS5 comes out, because that's probably what they're getting this ready for, because they want people to order it through them so they get more money. And as a person that still buys physical games, this makes me happy. Not just physical games, I still buy physical media. Video games, CDs, I'm in there. I'm about it. The convenience of digital is nice, but actually holding a physical copy is nicer. I have a list here of the top 10 best-selling PlayStation exclusive games on PS4. PS4 only. Number 10, MLB 18 The Show. Number 9, MLB 19 The Show. Number 8, MLB 17 The Show. Number 7, Infamous Second Son. 6, Days Gone. 5, Bloodborne. 4, Uncharted 4. 3, Horizon Zero Dawn. 2, God of War. And number 1, the Spider-Man. The only surprise in here really is Horizon Zero Dawn selling more copies than Uncharted 4. I did not know that. And The Last of Us is not on the list because it was a PS3 game, so they count it as a PS3 game, even though there's a remastered PS4 version, which we will get to. Relax, Xbox, I got a list for you too! The best-selling exclusives on Xbox One, including PC, because they're on PC as well. Number 10, State of Decay 2. Number 9, Forza Motorsport 7. Number 8, Forza Motorsport 6. Number 7, Sea of Thieves. Number 6, Forza Motorsport 5. Number 5, Forza Horizon 4. Number 4, Gears of War 4. Number 3, Forza Horizon 3. Number 2, Halo the Master Chief Collection. Number 1, Halo 5 Guardians. 5 out of the 10 slots are Forza. Alright, next up, let's talk about State of Play. So it happened last Tuesday. Just some of the things they showed. The first thing they showed was Humanity, which was a lot of people just running around. I have no idea what the game is or what you're supposed to do or any of that, but it apparently comes out next year, so whatever. They showed the campaign trailer for Modern Warfare, which looked really good. Some VR stuff, because I gotta show VR stuff. The PlayStation Plus October games, which is The Last of Us Remastered and MLB 19 The Show. And if you don't have The Last of Us Remastered, you now have no excuses not to have it, unless you don't have PlayStation Plus. But even if you don't have PlayStation Plus, you still really have no excuse not to own it, because it goes on sale for like $8 a few times a year, and I mean, come on. That game for $8 with the DLC included, you should own this game. And even if the game's been spoiled and you know what happens, you should still play through it. And the game has been spoiled for everyone that hasn't played, because if you look at The Last of Us Part 2, Ellie's face is posted everywhere. Spoiler, it's already been spoiled. She kind of survives the first game, if you couldn't tell. They showed a Death Stranding limited edition PS4 Pro, which is actually pretty cool. It's white with like black handprints on it, and in the handprints you see the continents. And then the controller is yellow, like translucent, for the baby container, whatever the thing is. Showed some other stuff too, but I don't even really remember. But the big thing was The Last of Us Part 2. They gave us a release date of February 21st, 2020, which means Last of Us Part 2 in February, Final Fantasy VII Remake in March, Cyberpunk in April. Whoa. Yeah, they showed a new trailer, some more gameplay, and I don't understand how this game is a video game. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Naughty Dog are wizards. Like, this game is running on a base PS4. Like, original PS4s will be able to play this game. It came out in 2013. It's ridiculous. The game looks insanely good, and I think it's time for me to give my theory on what I think could possibly happen in The Last of Us Part 2. So let's get into it. I said once they released a new trailer, I was going to do it, so here we go. Right off the bat, Ellie is not going to die in this game. She's the strong female lead that Naughty Dog wants, and killing her off just wouldn't make sense to me. So, no, I don't think she's going to die. As a matter of fact, I don't know if this is going to be the last game, if there's going to be a part 3, or however long this is going to go on for, but I think Ellie will have a happy ending. As crazy as that sounds. Alright, so let's start with Ellie, Joel, and Dina. Dina is Ellie's new friend. So in this new trailer, we see Ellie get pushed to the ground and someone gets shot. That's what we're assuming. Naughty Dog likes to do little tricks in their trailers, so once we get to that scene in the real game, I wouldn't be surprised if nobody gets shot right there. But just basing it off the trailer, let's just assume someone does get shot. Now, it's really easy to think that it was Dina, but I think the person that gets shot right there is actually Joel. Not only does Joel die, but I think Dina is the one that has a hand in it. She might not be the one that kills him, but she was helping to plan it. Maybe she really did like Ellie, and they actually grew a bond together, but deep down inside, maybe she was just a little evil. And at this point, Ellie completely loses it and then kills Dina. And in that trailer, you see Ellie meeting up with Tommy, who is Joel's brother. Why is she meeting up with Tommy without Joel around? Where's he at? Yo, Joel, where you at, dude? He's dead. Now this brings up the question, if Dina had a hand in Joel's death, and then Ellie kills Dina, why does Ellie wear Dina's bracelet? It's a good question. I never said this theory didn't have plot holes in it. I don't know. I've been trying to think of a reason why, and I honestly can't. I just think Dina dies in a way that we're not expecting. I do think she will die, but, everyone just assumes it's like, one of these groups kills her, Ellie sets out for revenge. But that just seems too obvious to me. She definitely dies or gets kidnapped. I mean, something 100% happens to her because in part of the trailer they're seen together, and then when Ellie is seen alone, that's when she has the bracelet on. That's why I think Ellie might kill Dina, because it's not what you expect. But you gotta remember that there are two stories going on here. There's that side of the story, and then there's the mystery woman, Yara and Lev side of the story. And I believe that the mystery woman is in fact Ellie's mother, Anna. I don't think her scenes are a flashback. I don't think she's dead. I believe that that is happening at the exact same time as Ellie's side of the story. They're just in two different locations. What I think could have happened is maybe Marlene and Anna went on some sort of a supply run, trying to get guns, ammunition, food, whatever the case might be, and they simply got attacked. Marlene escaped. Anna never made it back to camp, so Marlene just assumed that she died. So Marlene then wrote that letter to Ellie pretending to be Anna, because there's no proof Anna wrote the note. Ellie was too young. I even went so far as to check the handwriting on this note, because I'm almost certain there's a scene in the first game where Marlene is holding a gun and she's holding it with her left hand, which would have to be her dominant hand, because I'm also left-handed, and if I was holding a pistol, I most definitely would not be holding it in my right hand. I'd be holding it in my left hand. So I went to check the note to see if any of the writing was smeared, because again, as a left-handed person, we smear stuff when we write. It's not fair. I thought that would have been a great little detail to add, but it does not look like there's any smearing to me, which is unfortunate, but maybe Naughty Dog just forgot, so maybe hire me and we can add some small details into the game. But there's one thing, this doesn't really have anything to do with the theory, I just wanted to point it out. In the letter, it says, "When the time comes, she'll tell you all about me." And this is Anna speaking about Marlene. And the word tell, there's a dot above the E, and the T and the E kind of look like a K and an I, the way it's written. So really what it looks like it says is, when the time comes, she'll kill you. And, you know, it's just interesting. Check out the note for yourself and tell me that doesn't look like it says kill. Anyway, moving forward. Now at this point, Ellie has no one. Her father figure's dead. She can't trust anyone because she thought she had a friend that just backstabbed her. And she's just alone. So why two stories? Because when all seems lost in this dark, grim world that they live in, and when all hope is gone, both paths will merge and mother and daughter will be reunited. Roll the credits. Now, what are the odds of this theory actually happening? Well, I give it a strong 3%. I don't actually think this will really happen. I'm not saying like, yeah, this is my theory, there's a really good chance it's gonna happen, this is the proof. I don't know. It's just me speculating, having fun. If you know me, then you know I like to speculate. I'm sure the story is a lot more simple. Dina probably does get killed by another group, and Ellie just seeks out revenge, and maybe Joel dies along the way as well, and that's that. But Naughty Dog said that they're trying to be really conscious about not showing or telling spoilers, and although they haven't flat out said or shown Dina dying, like, I mean, the signs are kind of there. Which is another reason why I think if she does die, it's in a way that we're not expecting. There's got to be some sort of shock. I mean, killing Joel off will not be a shock. I think most people are kind of expecting that to happen. And again, they can't kill Ellie off. Although that would be a shock, they just can't do that. She's supposed to be that strong person that, like, no matter what happens, she just keeps moving forward. I mean, you see the one part in the trailer, she has her shirt off with just like cuts and bruises all over her back, and she just keeps going. Gets shot in the shoulder with an arrow, just pulls it out, keeps going. Ellie is now like an unstoppable woman, so she's not dying. But yeah, that's my theory. Just again, fun speculation, not taking it too seriously. Whether it comes true or not, I don't really care. I just hope the game's good. That's all I care about. Anyway, moving on. Destiny 2 Shadowkeep will be available October 1st. The next expansion, Destiny 2 New Light, will be available as well, which is the free-to-play version. You get the base game, the first expansion, the second expansion, and a few other things. So, you have no excuse not to play Destiny 2, because it's about to be free. Now, if you want the new expansion or the other seasons, you gotta pay for them. And I highly recommend checking the game out, but you have to put time into it. You have to level up. That's what happened in Destiny 1. Like, I was playing it, I was locked in, addicted, having a great time. But boy Corrupted got the game. He got to like level 10 and quit. He's like, I can't, there's nothing to do, I can't do anything. He's like, yeah, because you got to get to level 20. Then you can start using exotic weapons and all that. He didn't even level up, and he just quit. You gotta level up. You gotta put time into the game. Another thing I want to mention about Destiny 2 is they released a video on their YouTube the other day, and director Luke Smith was talking about Shadowkeep, and he was basically saying this is part of their 5-year plan for the game, and Destiny 2's only been out for 2 years. So a lot of people assumed that Destiny 3 would release next year, near the end of next year, so that they could release on next-gen consoles. But if this 5-year thing is true, that means Destiny 3 won't be out until 2022, and that's a lot of DLC they gotta release between now and then, which is a lot of money. I mean, by the end of it, if you buy everything, you're spending a few $100 on this game. I don't necessarily believe him. I don't think Destiny 3 will be out in 2022. I think it'll be sooner. Maybe he's just saying that so people can stop asking about Destiny 3. Like, hey, let's just kind of focus on Destiny 2. Yeah, Destiny 3 is a ways out. Let's just focus on Destiny 2 right now. Kind of to distract people, maybe. I don't think it'll take until 2022, but there's really nothing we could do except wait and see. Okay, back to talking about PlayStation. They filed a patent for PlayStation Assist. So it is an AI voice thingy, which presumably will be for the PS5. And again, it's just a patent. But basically, if you are stuck in a game or you need to know something, you can ask the game and it will tell you. Like, the example used was, where's the closest health pack? And then if the game has a map, it will mark on the map where it is. Or if you don't know what the current objective is, you basically say, what do I do? I'm lost. And then the game will tell you what you need to do. So that's pretty cool. It also helps avoid spoilers, because some people do get stuck in games and then they want to go on YouTube and check out a guide video or whatever, and then they just see spoilers. It could help with that. Some people are mad because gamers, that's why. And they're like, oh, this takes away from the game. What happened to people figuring things out themselves? Not everybody has the time to just figure things out themselves. Not everyone can sit there for hours a day and play a game. If you don't want to use PlayStation Assist, guess what, big brain boy? Don't use it. You're not forced to use it. People act like geniuses on the internet, but you can do one simple thing. Don't use it. And you know these people use Siri on their phone. It's the same thing. You can't use one version of it in your real life, but then when it comes to a video game version of it, nope, can't use this. This is ridiculous. Why is something helping me? I don't need assistance. And then PlayStation also announced that the PS5 will use less power when it's in rest mode. And people interpreted this as the PS5 is going to have less power to play games. They specifically said less power in rest mode, which means it will take up less electricity, which is better for you. It might reduce your electric bill a little bit, and people are mad about this. Why are you dumb? Why does stupidity flow through your veins? I saw other people complaining. It was, what game was it? The Outer Worlds, the new one coming out. And he was like, you know, the females in this game are really just not attractive enough. Really? You're worried about attractiveness of females in a video game? Go outside. Just admit you're a loser. Like, just get a tattoo across your forehead that just says loser. I mean, we already know. But just to make it real clear, gamers are some of the most annoying people on this planet. They're so dumb and entitled. It's really insane. I'm done talking about video games. I'm moving on to music. So, Metallica had to postpone their little tour in Australia and New Zealand with Slipknot because vocalist and rhythm guitarist James Hetfield has entered himself into a rehabilitation center. He struggled with alcohol in the past, seemed to have gotten things together in recent years, but I guess he fell off the wagon again. Luckily, he caught it, though, before things got bad or terrible. So, he's taking care of himself, so they had to postpone the tour. Sounds like the Slipknot dudes still want to do something over there. They said they'll let people know soon. Hopefully, he takes the time he needs. Hopefully, he doesn't rush it and just leave thinking he owes people shows. Like, take your time, make sure everything's under control, and then come back. because James is a very important person in the metal world, and Metallica is a very important band. I mean, they're the biggest metal band they might be the biggest band in the world. Not just metal-wise, but just, like, in general. The places they play, the amount of tickets they sell, like, they're number one for sure in the metal world. I'd say Iron Maiden is 2, and Slipknot's 3. And there's a big gap between number 1 and 2. That's the other thing, is if Slipknot still plays these shows, they need to find a new venue, because they just can't play the venues that Metallica plays. Again, that gap between 1 and 2 is massive. So yeah, hopefully everything works out, because we need him. We need that dude in this world, and we need Metallica. Whether people like Metallica or not, you cannot deny their importance. Moving on to Ghost. Tobias, the singer of Ghost, said that the band will not tour next year because he wants to focus on the new album, which if they're not touring, then I guess that means the album's coming out late next year. He didn't say they weren't going to play shows, though. They might play a show here, a show there, just not a full-on tour. So if you haven't seen Ghost, either see them sometime soon before the year ends, or you're not seeing them until 2021. They also put on a great show, and I highly recommend it. Avenged Sevenfold may have teased their new album a little bit. The bass player does some show on their YouTube channel where he drinks alcohol, talks about alcohol, and interviews people while drinking alcohol. But anyways, they did a tour of some, I didn't even watch the video, but I just saw a screenshot. Distillery, brewery, whatever it is. And I guess there's fine print at the bottom of the video at some part, and it says, you know, like drink responsibly or all that stuff. But then it says the next Avenged Sevenfold album will be called, and then it's blurred out. But it looks like it starts with an A. So if it does start with the letter A, then my eyes did not deceive me. And then after that, it says it will be released on blurred out 20 blurred, which also looked like an A. And the only 2 months that start with the letter A are April and August. And this was uploaded in September, so I doubt it would be August. They're not going to be like, yeah, it comes out 11 months from now. So I would assume April. And since April 2019 is past, that just leaves for April 2020. So new album possibly in April of next year, and the title could start with an A. So that's all I got on that. And another band I want to briefly talk about is Orbit Culture. I kind of stumbled across them on YouTube because they were in my recommended videos, and I just don't understand how they don't have a bigger following. Like, they have some good stuff, but their following is just so small. Like, they don't get credit or recognition that they deserve. They have the talent, they have the songwriting, they have a great sound, they have quality stuff. I don't get it. They're just one of those bands that just does not get their recognition. They hail from Sweden, my homeland. Not my homeland. America's my homeland. But, like, my great grandparents on my dad's side, you know, they used to live in Sweden. And then one day they were like, Happy Leif Erikson Day, hinga-binga bargain. And then they came to America. I don't know why I thought of Leif Erikson, but then my mom's side of the family were chilling in Italy, and they were like, hey, let's go to America. And then they came to America. And then years later, I was born. That's another interesting thing about Americans is, like, the racist Americans that, like, hate immigrants and stuff is, like, you know you came from a family of immigrants, right? You know, at one point, your family were those people. Anyway, I'm getting way off track. So, Orbit Culture, you should check them out. I think they will blow up one of these days. And if they do, you can say you listened to them before many people knew about them. And you could be super hipster about it. The vocalist does kind of sound like James from Metallica sometimes, in some parts, when he does, like, clean vocals. Some people say they don't hear it. I don't know how you don't hear it. It's pretty obvious. I mean, come on. I don't think the guy is trying to hide it. I think he's very heavily influenced by Metallica, and that's fine. As long as you admit your influences, you're good. Like the Greta Van Fleet boys are like, yeah, I don't know who Led Zeppelin is. We don't listen to Led Zeppelin. Who? No, we're not Led Zeppelin. Like, just admit it. It's okay to be influenced by people, but just don't deny it. Anyway, on to my weekly pick. So this week I'm recommending a video about The Last of Us Part 2. Last week they had the private media event for the special people, and this video is from PlayStation, and they show more gameplay that you might not have seen yet. So that's why I'm recommending it, because it's more gameplay to look at. So the AI, some of them have dogs now, and the dogs can hear you better than the people can, and they can sniff out your scent. So that's just another thing you got to be aware of. And just looking at the movements in this game, like the way Ellie goes prone and how easily she gets out of prone, it's really smooth. And again, how this is going to run on a base PS4 is beyond me. Because some games, when you go into prone or get out of prone, it's like slow and sluggish. But this game, it's just way smoother. The AI is a lot smarter, which means the game is going to be a lot harder. I guess if you're in a 1v1, like there's one enemy left in front of you, if you don't take care of them right away, they'll like run off and call in backup. So now you're facing like 4 people. I mean, it's going to be crazy. So yeah, highly recommend this video. Link in the description. And now for my weird pick of the week. Police say woman bit a camel's balls. Florida woman bit a camel's testicles after the animal sat on her at a truck stop petting zoo. So this happened in Louisiana, but she's a Florida woman, and there's a truck stop petting zoo, and it has a camel, and this is just like super American, and I'm in. Casper, the camel, lives at the Tiger truck stop in Grosse Tete. The area is called Grosse Tete. This just gets better. About 20 miles outside of New Orleans, which has a petting zoo that reportedly also contains a baby kangaroo, a coyote, and a miniature horse. For years, the truck stop has faced criticism from animal rights activists over a tiger that the owners held in captivity at the location until it died last year. Rest in peace. The truck stop does not hide how it feels about these advocates. Its Facebook banner shows an image of a tiger licking its lips next to the phrase, "Animal activists taste like chicken." The ball biting incident happened last Wednesday when the woman's husband threw dog treats into Casper's living space. The couple's dog then went inside the fence. The couple, who were not identified, crawled under a strand of barbed wire to presumably get the dog. The man reportedly pushed Casper and swatted his hat at the camel. How dare you? The camel then proceeded to sit on the woman. She then reacted by biting his testicles. She said, "I bit his balls to get him off me." There was an investigation that reportedly found the woman and her husband had provoked Casper. The camel did nothing wrong, Hamilton told the newspaper. I don't know who Hamilton is. They were aggressive. The camel was just doing its normal routine. Authorities didn't deem the truck stop at fault because signs warned visitors to stay out of the camel's enclosure. The camel has never been aggressive, the camel has never gotten out, and he's never caused any issues. If you want to see the true heart of America, head on down to the Tiger Truck Stop in Grosse Tete, Louisiana. Alright, I'm done. I'm out of here. This is ridiculous. So thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out. All that good stuff. And I'll talk to you guys next week for episode 40. 40. I can't believe I'm about to edit 40 of these things. That's insane. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys then. Well, I could talk to you sooner. Like I do stream and stuff, so you could pop in there and chit chat. But if not, then I'll talk to you next week. Later.